and say hello to me again live from the City of Angels, as always, straight out of the AMC 16 tonight in Burbank. And I saw this in prime 3D. Actually, the 3D made it a little more interesting to watch, I've got to say. My full thoughts upcoming here live. Come in with your comments. If you've got a super chat, that's going to get you into the area I can see you faster because I'm producing myself tonight. No Gone Girl. I'm flying solo. So come in and give me your thoughts if you saw this film tonight. Here it comes. This is Thunderbolts, a taste of the film. 1 minute trailer rolls now on MMT. MMT evaluation starts now.
There's something wrong.
Looks like fun, doesn't it? This has got energy. I love this movie. This is going to be a blast. Hell yeah. Oh.
The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep people safe?
Couple more seconds to this, but very important to note. This trailer is not the tone of the movie. Thank you for not selling the right movie, Marvel/Disney. He spilled his burrito on himself. Hilarious. Oh my God. Oh, forgot all about that. Oh. Ah! Okay. Yeah. That looks energetic. It looks like a blast. It looks like, hey man, let's all go check out Thunderbolts. We're going to have so much fun. Oh my God. What is this shit? Okay. Oh my God. This is right. This is why audiences get pissed. And I don't even care because I just want to see a good movie. It's not a good movie. We're going to talk about it and why it's not good. But this is why they're pissed. They're like, oh, this is going to be this ball of energy. Okay. What? What was this trailer? This isn't even remotely representative of what the film is. It has none of this energy. The only thing I can recommend from this film, we got a lot to talk about here tonight. Let me get to my out-of-theater reaction before I even get into the positives. There's only a few. Here's the overall snapshot of where I am on Thunderbolts. Younger kids are going to hate their parents. Any parents who drag their kids, young ones, to see Thunderbolts, this film is dripped in depression. It could have been written by one of Blumhouse's hack horror writers. I just had that whole stream about how Blumhouse has ruined everything. I'm shocked that one of their writers didn't write this. I looked up the writers, a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of people that are written for Marvel and, well, I'm sorry, Beef, whatever. But here's the thing. It is not for young kids. Dark, depressing, unenergetic, zero energy. I mean, maybe a little at the beginning, but not over the long haul. It's not weirdly fun like Gunn's Suicide Squad, right? That remake, reboot back in 2021. That film has flaws, but we're going to compare the tone of that film to this film in a minute because I got the trailer ready to go. But the Avengers, if this is what the Avengers are going to be, and when you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If this is going to be anything to do with the Avengers, which it is, they're cooked. Marvel's cooked. Here's the only things that I recommend here in this film. Same thing as Black Widow. Harbor and Pugh. That's it. Two things. The only two things I want to say make this film tolerable. Just like they did in Black Widow. I love David Harbour. He's really fun here again. And Florence Pugh, great in everything. So this is not surprising. The fact I'm telling you, Pugh and Harbour. Duh. You knew that. So here's the thing. Where are you going to get something beside that? You're not. It's dripping in depression, like I alluded to. Every character is saddled with a tragic backstory, just like a Blumhouse horror film. I know it's horror. It's still. Can you ever, remember, go back, guys? Don't even make me go Five Nights at Freddy's with you. Remember that film should have been fun. Instead, it was like, oh, God, so sad. Oh, I'm going to go in as this depressed security guard. Just have fun with it. Watch Willy's Wonderland. Better film. But this, same thing. Why can't we have some fun with the Thunderbolts? Suicide Squad knew how to do that. Bunch of ragtag misfits have to team together and fight the bad guy. Same essential layout here, but it's not. No, because it just keeps going further and further into the dark void of depression. And I've been depressed. I know it's shocking, but it's true. So I know what that's like. I don't want to watch a superhero movie like that, not one that's not good like this. The comedy's not good. Oh my God, the comedy fails. Right? You have a number of moments in this film that you're expecting a really smart quip, and instead you get like a Dr. Phil joke. Like, what? What? Is that a Dr. Phil joke? And a long joke, too. Like, who writes this? The writer of Beef. Oh, wow. I'm glad I don't watch Beef, because if this is what she's putting out, this is the quality of whatever Beef is. Netflix, fuck off. Here's the thing. We're screwed. I'm telling you, this film, and I'm not done, this film reinforces everything that I believe about Hollywood. There is a massive dearth of talent in the writing arena in all of entertainment. The writers in this town have no talent. They are frauds, and it's embarrassing that these people get work. It really is. They think, I'm telling you, it must be the younger generation who is told they're so great. I believe that's what we're dealing with across everything in society, right? People have been told they're great, and then they continue doing what they're doing even though they're not great. And then we have to suffer because someone hires them because they thought maybe they were great. And it turns out they're not great. And then we all have to discover again they're not great if someone was told them a long time ago, you're not that great. We need more of that in this world. That's where I come in. Call me the Simon Cowell of the space. I can tell you this. I'm the most unvarnished, fearless voice in this entire space. Certainly more than anybody that you can throw out right now. Name someone, I fucking kill them. Every fucking time. Because it's not a contest. Nobody dares go this hard against Disney. Oh, I might not get invited to the next premiere. I also don't like Wyatt Russell in this. I have, and how perfect is this? I just, savage Blumhouse for ruining everything. Remember, he's the dad from Night Swim. So he's essentially the dad from Night Swim in Thunderbolts Asterisk, and he is playing the dime store Captain America as the joke goes in the movie, literally, right? And then you have him losing his wife and kid. Again, everyone's got the tragic backstory because the choices he's made. He's living in the past. He just wants to be a hero like they all do. They want to be on the Wheaties box. I'm just so glad I don't have to watch this trailer again. Awful. The punishing back end of this film. About an hour and a half in, I grab my phone. There's like 10 of us in the Prime 3D screening. I'm like, what time? I'm doing the math. You guys ever done this? You look at the time and you're trying to figure out when the trailer started and finished, and then when the movie actually started, then adding the numbers together. So it looks like that meme of what's his ass trying to put together the board and all the math. Let me tell you, that was me with an hour and 40 plus minutes. No, okay, sorry, 45 minutes, not an hour and 40. That'd be crazy. It was still 45 plus minutes to go. And I looked at my phone and I was like, man, holy shit, I got 45 more minutes. There's no way we got 45 more fucking minutes. And I'm sprawled out on two of AMC's recliners because no one's in the Prime. So I had a big bunch of space. It's like on a long haul flight with nobody, and you stretch out across the whole row. That was me tossing and turning on the back end as the length of this thing really punishes you on the finish and continues on and on. Another one of these Blitzkrieg CGI violent finishes, right, where the building's falling apart. We've seen in Transformers, Superman, how many movies? And then we get that's not over. Then we got to go deal with the depression and listen, I actually really like Pullman's kid. He's fantastic in Skincare. Really good film. I recommend that way over this film. But Pullman is this schizophrenic guy who's been abused by his dad. His mom's a drug addict. I like this movie, okay? And we're not done with this. We're not done with the Thunderbolts. They're coming back, okay? As I mentioned when I alluded to in the tweet, the Avengers. The Avengers are toast. This is a 65%. It's not unwatchable. The direction is competent at best. But overall, there is not a single moment in this film in which you will be saying to yourself, oh my God, I'm so glad I came to the movies here. This is, as we like to say, a stratospheric moment. Never. You do not ever approach that here. And here's the problem. As I get into this, just give me a second. I'm going to destroy Marvel in a second. Because here's the thing. This is why Disney doesn't let me come into their fucking movies early. Because I'm not going to play their bullshit. You remember the reaction stream we had? Oh, it's great, Florence Pugh. It's the best thing since Endgame. Like, who's the guy, new rock stars? First of all, new rock stars, you are going to be the fraud on Sunday. I don't care if you got 800,000 subscribers. The fact that you said, I've got to watch it twice to figure out if it's as good as the best film I've seen since Endgame. You shouldn't have to watch a film twice ever to determine whether it's the best film from Endgame. And no, it's not the best film since Endgame. Okay? So I'm so tired of the space and so many people who have no clue what they're talking about, terrible taste, and if they even pass those bars, they're going to be able to go into a movie and say, I'll say what you want, Disney, because I want to be invited to the next thing because I need my validation from a studio to come see your movie early. Because you have no fucking life. That's why. Some of us have lives. I don't base my evaluation of where I am in the world on Disney inviting me to see a movie on a Monday. I would rather see it Thursday and destroy them than have to play the game. I ain't playing the fucking game. It's never going to happen. If the movie was good, I wouldn't be here telling you this. But this is unacceptable. Before I get into box office and tell you how to fix this thing, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to drag Marvel. You are in a position right now where you are losing your audience. And Kevin Feige, down in Manhattan Beach, 45 minutes from where I am speaking tonight, on a really good traffic day. You have to start cranking out great films, and you are not cranking out great films. You are cranking out mid at best, and that's not going to cut it. So whatever has to happen needs to happen. There needs to be a serious conversation within Marvel Studios. How do you return to making great films? Some of you argue they've never made a great film. Well, I can promise you this. They're getting worse by the outing. And Marvel, your significance in this world, your clout is drying up. And that is on you. Because you've allowed this mid shit to pass as quality. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. I hate going to a movie and walking out saying, this is the best you could do. This is the best. I don't want to do this. I want to tell you it's the best thing. Unfortunately, I'm not like the shills. I'm not like your first people who watched it, who play the bullshit, say what they need to say to get access game. I'm telling you realities. And the reality is, this is not a great film. You have to quicken this pacing up. And, listen, let me tell you something. Go and watch. Let's watch just a moment here of the trailer for Suicide Squad. Remember, James Gunn's 2021 re-envisioning, reimagining of that. This is how the film should feel. The pacing, you also just need, the jokes are better. Everything is better about the Suicide Squad. Let's just watch a few seconds and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is everything that's missing from Thunderbolts.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
This coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head. We
Bang.
don't leave one of our own behind.
Bang.
Harley's still alive.
Bang.
No funny business, Colonel.
Bang.
These are dangerous people.
Bang. In the movies, like bang.
Fire.
Bang.
2.
Bang. And let me tell you something.
What?
Granted, it's a trailer. Doesn't matter. This film moves quicker. It's smarter. It's funnier. It's everything that Thunderbolts isn't. And this is not even a great film. So that tells you how little I value Thunderbolts. And I don't know if it's Feige. I don't think Feige has a sense of humor. Have you ever seen something that's really funny from Feige? I mean, I liked Ant-Man 3. And I know. It's more fun than this. I know they're different movies. But the point is that you need to get someone in there like a Lord and Miller. Let them direct. I always come back to Lord and Miller. Why? Because they're so great. This is unacceptable. A post-credit scene in search of a film. I mean, listen, you talk about that post-credit scene. It's interesting to watch. So when you see this film, you're going to watch a film that's an entire film that's one tone. Then we get to mid-credit scene in the grocery store, and it's a total different tone. And then we have the Starship song. Whoa, this is schizophrenic shit. Who wrote this? Pullman's character? This film is so, it doesn't even have a clue of what it knows what it wants to do on the dark end, but when it tries to do the fun stuff, it can't even figure that out till the mid-credits scene. It feels like a different film. I'm sure it was shot by someone else. This director hasn't done a whole lot. It's not cool, man. It's just not cool. It makes me furious that I have to sit here and talk about these films that are not great. And you know what makes me even angrier, by the way? I want some love for tonight's crew. Kit, because it's Thunderbolts Yellow. Just like, come on, guys, this is great. This is what I do better than anybody else. Here we go. Live. We go to the theater here. Let's have a look. Give me a second. This is what happens when I'm by myself producing. I have to do all kinds of things. Here we go. This is a live look at the sales for the IMAX 845 screening at Universal Studios. A lot of people angry. Oh, Sinners isn't in there anymore in 70 millimeter. Yeah, it isn't. So what? Move on. It's coming back in a few weeks. Sinners is definitely... I'm tired of pretending that Sinners is the Godfather. Can we stop? Can we just stop? I mean, between the early reactions to Thunderbolts and Sinners being Godfather, we live in fucking clown world, man. We live in a world with people with no taste spouting opinions that have no business even opening their mouth. That's the world we live in. Oh, you're too mean, Weber. Too fucking bad, man. Too bad. It's truth. You don't just get to spout off. You got to earn this shit. I'm here to tell you, I know that the Disney execs know this film's not great. It's also got a score that's like incessant, always telling you what's happening in the movie. That's another sign they know the movie's not good. When you have to drip the thing in fucking generic scoring from the scores of, remember the classic score from Everything Everywhere that you all play in your cars driving to work? Right? We all listen to that score over and over. The Everything Everywhere All at Once score. I don't care if it won. Did it win? Oh my God, I think it did. That film. That, you know, it all started going downhill at Everything Everywhere. Like, can we just go there? Let's just go there. You know, let's do it. That was a film that was hellaciously overpraised. So now we have a Nora winning. We have all this trash, and it's all because of Everything Everywhere, because you all wanted to play the game that it's great when it's not. And now look what you get. You get Thunderbolts, a film that someone thought when they wrote it was great, and it's not. We live in a world with people that are untalented making stuff that they shouldn't be fucking making. I'm tired of it. I'm done with it. I sit here and watch streams on YouTube. Not all the time because I can't even watch it. There are so many untalented people in this space that I watch and I go, how in the hell did you ever get anybody to listen to you? You have zero talent. You're uninteresting and you're also a shill. How can you imagine having that combination? But you're mean. You don't sound very too bad. If I don't like a movie, I'll destroy it, and I won't stop. Go watch Chris Stockman. If you want to be bored watching a milquetoast Thank God he was the first guy in. If he wasn't the first guy in, no one ever watched Chris fucking Stuckman. Boring as hell. Watch the awards whisperer, the other guy, Brian, what's his name? Talk about the most generic, unthoughtful, hey, I'm going to say what everyone wants me to say. Idiots. Dude, seriously, these people are, it's sad. It's fucking sad. Look at the sales here. I'm sorry I have to be angry tonight. I want to be happy. I want to say good things. Why am I angry? Every time I get angry on one of these streams, it's because the movie I just watched is unacceptable. Beau is Afraid, unacceptable. Babylon, unacceptable. Thunderbolts is better, but it's unacceptable from Marvel Studios trying to get people to get into their films again. This looks good, but I'm telling you what, when you look at the sales for this overall, I am not at all thinking this film's going to do great numbers this weekend. Let's look at a couple more sales. Burbank 16, IMAX 835 going off in 20 minutes. That's good too. It's LA, guys. So I know I show these and I always say that, but it's true. It's LA. I'm going to take this thing at 72. That's lower than Shang-Chi. Marvel, you're in trouble, man. You're in big trouble. Not just from me. You all need to get your shit together and make better films. Listen, she's cute. We all love Florence Pugh. I mean, I said that going into this that I would like Florence Pugh. Yeah, Peacemaker, of course. Jacob, of course. Peacemaker, 100%. Thanks for the super chat, Steve, by the way. Hold on, what is this? Surf? Oh, God. Oh, dude. I'm going to save that for Sunday. Surfer's not good. Woo, baby. Oh, man. There's another film that's not good. We'll talk about that Sunday. Do not go see that. Oh, God, save your money. Save your money. So, I mean, listen, if this opens at 72, we are looking at a situation that's lower than Shang-Chi. And when we go to the top opening weekends in May, this is now May 1st, as you guys know, have a look. And this is the top opening weekends. Avengers #1, $207 million opening back in 2012. Age of Ultron, 2015, $191. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Midness, which is still... Right? We've been stuck in midness for a long time for Marvel. 187.4 on that back in 2022. Civil War, 179, 2016. And Iron Man 3, 2013, 174. Of course, tickets were a lot cheaper back then. That number would be way higher nowadays, even though Iron Man 3 is bad. Oh, what a bad film. Right? Him and the kid detective bumbling around. Oh, my God. Shane Black. Fuck me. This Christmas setting. Oh, Iron Man 3 is terrible. The neutering. The cock cutting off of the Mandarin. That was just... Oh, man. Marvel, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, man. If this is, again, you know, it's not going to hit anywhere near these numbers. And you talk about going back to... Multiverse of Midness in 2022, everyone was still stoked. They had that Endgame high going on, the No Way Home high. And now we've just lost every single film is going lower. And it really started with Ant-Man 3. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You just didn't like that film. And look, that's where it kind of started the slide. And then we have not been able with Captain America. It barely broke even, I think. Barely. It was close. It probably lost some money, but I'm saying it was closer to breaking even. A lot of people want to admit. But it is, again, not a great film. This film, I'm being harder on than Captain America. In a weird way, I have Captain America probably rated higher on a number. But overall, I think Thunderbolts has more to offer. It's just not great. And again, the jokes aren't that funny. And the depression is too much. And, you know, you just have problems in this film. And I'm just telling you that you just can't be unloading a film that is as forgettable as Thunderbolts overall, or at minimum, not great enough. You can't be doing that, and this is a problem. And listen, man, I need to take a moment again and talk about these early reactions, because I touched on it here a little bit ago. We need to really, really have a frank discussion about this. Going forward, I will disregard and discard every single first reaction for a film unless it is wide open to everybody. In other words, a Mission Impossible, which actually I got invited to, so I'll be at. Here's the deal. That's how you know that they are confident in a film. When Disney stacks the deck, Warner Brothers stacks the deck, okay? That's what they do. How does it get played? It's very simple. The majority of people in the space are validated by the invites to see a movie early. What does that get you? Essentially nothing. But to these people who have essentially no life, if you have no life and you get invited to a movie on a Monday or a premiere instead of a Thursday, you might think there's your validation. I mean, you can make some kind of argument for it. It's pretty pathetic, but you can. But part and parcel with that, especially from Disney, especially from Warner Brothers, is to accentuate all positives and to dampen anything you might suggest that is negative. So what did I lead with here tonight? Harbor and Pew. So if I was at the reaction back a week ago, was even before that, right? And I said, oh, Thunderbolts, Pew and Harbor. It's very easy to do, right? Pew and Harbor are the reasons to watch this film. Or they're the best. Oh my God, it's great to have them back. They're the best thing in Black Widow. They're the best thing in Thunderbolts, a film that really is carried by Pew's just persona, and she just has that magnetism, and she's so great. You'd be like, oh, Thunderbolts is a great movie. That's what they do. That's what they do. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say Harbor and Pew, but... And that's why. I mean, do you guys think for a second that this kind of reaction coming out of a Disney first screening would be get me back in again? Do you guys think this? One more time. Let me read it to you one more time. Younger kids are going to hate their parents who drag them to see Thunderbolts. Name one other film person. Go. Come on in. I'm ready. Open. Go for it. That would have the fucking guts to say what I just said, even if they believed it. They would never do it. Nope. Because they're going to get disinvited. I like going to movies on Thursday where I don't have to deal with all of the film Twitter rejects. It makes my life happier. I'm in a better spirits, even if the stream doesn't reflect. I don't want to see those people. As I've said a million times, when I walk into a critic screening, I might have to do that in a few weeks. I walk in and I instantly go, man, damn, man. Where y'all crawl out from under? Shit, man. You guys need to get out. You guys ever heard of a gym? You know what a gym... Yeah, put down the extra large popcorn tubby and hit the gym tomorrow. And for the next 5 years. Weber's being mean again. It's true. What do you want me to say? It's fucking true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. That's my bad. I'm being mean again. But this is the kind of thing that doesn't... Weren't those film Twitter plebes also at the Strange Darling? Yeah, they were. Laser Shoot, I saw some of them. You know, the funny thing is I call them out. I talk shit about them all the time. I'm always ready if they want to come up and talk, like my boy Frosty or whoever, the dude from the Rap who has one reader. I don't really care. I told him he needs to worry more about the 3 strands of hair he has on his head that he drags across as a comb over. I mean, seriously, that's what he needs to focus on more. You know, not me. Okay, because trust me, I'm not worried. I'd be worried more about the 3 strands of hair that you're dragging across your head. Oh my God. I don't know if I should even go to the Mission Impossible. No, I don't care. You think I'm worried about these guys? I mean, you don't understand. Imagine the most underwhelming auditorium of people that you could ever walk into. And that's exactly, it's like, hey, I'm here at the movies with the film Twitter people. Oh, film Twitter. You know that I'm good. Just admit it. It sucks. It kind of hurts, doesn't it? You say, oh man, too bad. Learn to live it. Learn to love it. Like Ric Flair used to say, it's the best thing going today. Hey, Adam, welcome. I see your stuff on Twitter. I need your energy for AMC May 7th earnings call. Listen, here's the deal. I still love AMC. I mean, it's not lit because tonight I didn't like Thundercocks that I want to see every movie fail. I can't, and I will never be a shill for anything, okay? If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. It'll never be can you do this for me? No, the answer is no. I mean, look, it's a lot easier to go the other way, especially in this town. We have so many people that are very eager to suck at the teat of Hollywood and or premieres and or access. I don't have any interest in any of that. None. I've done these things. I've been there. I mean, I told you guys a story the other night when I'm walking out of the AMC 16 here in Burbank. They're doing the test screening, and the guy goes, "Hey!" And I go, "Yeah, man, why don't you invite me in to see the test screening?" He goes, "I can't. They'd kick you out." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Because they know who you are." I'm like, "Well, but I'm going to help you out." He's like, "I believe you would." He was a really cool dude. He goes, "I believe you would." No, listen. Manziel's right there. I've told you guys the story. It's 100% true. And so they know who I am because you know why they know? It's not because I'm loud. It's because they pay attention. Because when I say something, I have value in what I say because I do not play the show game. Because I do not play the, hey, I am tribal. I have never played the tribal game. I have always been objective. I never carry an agenda into a movie. When I sat down at 4 o'clock today and walked into Prime 3D, put on my glasses, I was like, I am excited to be here and I want to see this film. And for the first slight bit, I was like, maybe this is at least sort of better than Captain America, and then on that back half, you really start to feel punished and you start to go, no, this is another mid at best film, and that makes me disappointed. Never have I ever stepped into a theater wanting to hate a movie. It's never happened, including The Surfer, which is a film that's really bad. We'll discuss that on Sunday night. Got to save something for Sunday. This is all about Thunderbolts. More comments as we continue here. Erick could take down 100. I don't know. Listen, I definitely could scare him off at least by puffing out my chest and yelling. But at the end of the day, I'm not taking my chances with the gorilla. I tell you the time I was at the LA Zoo and I was dating my, yeah, I mean, one of my many girlfriends in the past. Now I'm like, I don't want any part of any of this. There was a fucking gorilla that ran across the entire thing, and I'm like, what's going on? This gorilla is freaking out. Okay, if you guys are familiar with what gorillas do with their shit, the gorilla flung shit. Here's how they throw it. Around his back. So he threw it like that, up and around, okay? And I look and I go, holy shit. And I got down, we all ducked, and there's shit flying everywhere. The gorilla was taking its shit and throwing it around its back, hurling it at us at about 75 miles an hour. So I'm not taking my chances with a gorilla. Gone Girl's here now. Gone Girl, hit me with some comments. I don't have to do it myself. I'm wide open right now because we talked about this film. We talked about how Marvel needs to get their shit together and make better films. We need to have higher standards in this town. Okay, let's just bring it back to that. The problem we get away with these things, the reason we see what we see is because we have all of these shills in the space validating fake validation upon something, calling it great, look at Sinners, and then you end up with people starting to buy into the propaganda of the situation. We just lived through the biggest campaign of propaganda this planet's ever seen going back to 2020. And so you don't think that continues in all facets of your life? Electric cars, propaganda. Films like Sinners, propaganda. Not a great film, okay? But we live in a world now where people say things and then we have to validate that because the group who's completely clueless says this, or they're compromised. That's the biggest problem. We have people who are compromised, and yes, those first critics that see a film are typically compromised because they agree to part and parcel, tit for tat, right? When you look at what they do, they come in and give lip service to an inferior product, therefore raising the product in the public's eye until they get to see it and they go, wait a second. How do you think this channel's grown? Because people watch Anora, Babylon, Beau is Afraid, Sinners, Poor Things. They come in and they go, who is the guy who said these films are not good? This guy. And by the way, it's not once or twice. It's every fucking time. My batting average is in the 900s because I don't have agenda. I have talent. I have fortitude. And I'm also not ideology based. And if I have, most critics have one of those things if they're lucky. I have all four. I call myself the 5-tool movie critic, right? And that goes back to Moneyball or to professional baseball. As you guys know, for scouts say any player has all 5 tools: hitting, throwing, hit for power, catching, and whatever the other one is. That is the player that you're going to build your franchise around, and I am the franchise player. End of discussion. It is, and they know it. That's why do you think they know me when I walk out and the test guys there, test screening audience? Because they go, this guy is, even if we don't agree, he's got reasons, he's fearless, and most people are not in the space, and that makes them a liability to anybody that is looking for truth, authenticity. And that's a problem. Yeah, I got to that already, Gone Girl. Thank you for that. Surfer review coming up on Sunday. It is Thursday. Sunday night. I promise. I can just tell you right now, not a good film. Real painful watch. Wow. Holy shit. That film is one of the longest films I've ever had this pleasure of watching on a screening link. I'm glad I didn't go to the theaters to see The Surfer. We'll discuss it. Whatever the positives are, man, I got to bring that thing down on Sunday. Listen, it's okay. You're allowed to think. Here's the deal, Steve. You're allowed to think that Florence Pugh is hot. You're allowed to think that Elizabeth Olsen is hot. I'm not going to be told. And that's the difference between me and a lot of these guys. I can get away with it because why? Hit the gym. Don't look like Jabba the Hutt. And because of those things, it's the truth. You can get away with that. That's the thing that film Twitter hates about me the most. They want to be able to say, you can't say these things, that Florence Pugh is hot. Elizabeth Olsen, oh my God. You can't say these things. It's creepy. Guess what? No, it's not, because I could actually fucking pull that ass. That's the difference. That's the fucking difference. And you know it. And that's the beauty. You can't even deal. And here's the deal. Instead of freaking out about it, learn to accept it. Learn to love it. Like Ric Flair said, it's the best thing going today. Move on. End discussion. Okay? I'm very confident. I get it. Maybe it's too much. Too bad. You cannot enter into what I do, into any stream. I'm doing this live, okay? By myself for now 39 minutes, probably an hour if I'm lucky tonight. I don't know if I can hold out. After I literally expended a ton of energy on the front end of this, if you guys noticed. Here's the deal, is that if you do not carry into the arena the knowledge that you can contend in said arena and contend mightily in said arena, you're dead. And I can tell you this, I know I can contend mightily in said arena, so I am not worried about it. So I will tell you that it's totally fine to say Florence Pugh's hot, and so is Elizabeth Olsen, so is Annie, but Demi Moore's still hot. Still hot. Yes, hey, I'm an older guy. She's an older, okay? You can't, just because you're older doesn't make you unhot, but you still have to work at it. You can't let yourself go. Right? I mean, let's just be real. You got to put some effort into it, man. I mean, listen, if I never lifted weights, and I'm not saying I'm big, because I'm not the biggest guy, but I can tell you this. If I never lifted weights, I would be like $125, okay? I'm naturally thin. So anything I have on me, muscle-wise, from going to the gym, is from busting my ass. So you have to put the work in. So I'm not going to be told that I can't say something. I'll say what I want to say. I'll say the DEI needs to be destroyed. See, oh, there you go. There's something that gets me in trouble normally. No, it doesn't, because I told you, merit is everything. End of discussion. There's nothing more to add. We're not going to discuss it any further than that. I'm right. Merit wins every time. Oh, says the white guy. No. You have to be objective. I don't even want to know race. I don't even know who the sex of the director. I'm going to tell you, ultimately, the only way that anything gets evaluated here or in my world is on merit. It is not ever based on a tribal box-checking garbage mentality. It'll never happen, ever. Jason, to be a good film critic, you have to be objective, give constructive criticism. You have to be able to say a film is good or bad, regardless of the director, studio, distributed. Yes, but it's not just that, Jason, I agree. It's also got to be the ability to know what you're talking about, because I can tell you this. I've been doing this now for over a decade, right? Going back to my days in Boston when I had the show that was on Thursday nights called The Final Cut. I'll find one. We'll watch it on Sunday. I promise you guys. There's probably still some out there. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I've been doing it long enough, and also you start with the base talent, okay? You have to have taste. If you don't have taste, that's a problem. If you have taste, that's a good basic building block, right? Cornerstone. Then you're going to build out looking for the things that maybe you missed before, such as obviously the technical stuff you get better at, screenplay even more. There's so many things to look at. But the overall picture, the composite of what we're trying to do is to look at each element and to see, do we touch eliteness or stratospheric levels we love in any area or multiple areas when you look at a film like a Tar, when you look at a film, as I mentioned, an After Sun, you look at a Social Network. Social Network really checks every box, right? You've got the score, you've got the cinematography, you've got the acting, you've got the direction, you've got the writing, you've got every single element that is right there for you, and that is a film that's essentially perfect. It's flawless. It is a true masterpiece. But that doesn't happen very often. But the longer you're in the game, the more you're able to identify. I go back to when I was first even kind of dabbling in this and trying to figure out, hey, it's interesting to me. I remember watching, I'll never forget, Social Network, right? So I'm in Orlando watching it, Social Network, and I'd watched films my whole life, but I really, at that moment, it was really the moment when he's walking through Harvard Yard. It's the opening shot, and you get the first few keys. I think it's Hand Digs Bone. What's it? Something Bone. The first track that's in Social Network from Reznor Ross. I remember hearing just the first few keys, and I go, okay, here's why this is good, because it's against what you expect to hear, and it's working, right? A lot of Reznor Ross stuff that way. Go look at Challengers. It's the juxtaposition of the images versus what the composer's telling, and those things, when they mix in a way that you don't expect them to, like Social Network, like Challengers, same composers, you're looking at that next level. You have to be able to identify these things, and across the board, like I say, go back to the Thunderbolts, this score is forgettable, okay? The cinematography is adequate. The direction is adequate. The performances are adequate, plus in Pugh and Harbor's thing. And then the rest of it, screenplay is under adequate, right? It is under mid, and that's where the film gets dragged down, is that screenplay. It should have more zip. As I said, it's got to be quicker. It's got to be pacer smarter. It's got to be like a Lord and Miller. It would have been fun. I don't know why. You know why they don't work with Marvel? Because Marvel will not cede full CEDE. Full authority to Lord and Miller. They learned their lesson from trying to do Solo and Kathleen Kennedy and Wham, right? So they're like, I don't even want to deal. And frankly, I wouldn't want to deal either. When you have talent like Lord and Miller, they don't need to be told what to do. If Lord and Miller come to work for me, I'm saying you make the movie you want to make. And I don't say that often. They've earned that. They have shown me repeatedly, going back to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Lego Movie and all that, and 21 Jump Street. You've earned the right to do what you want to do. Chazelle, I thought you had earned the right. Unfortunately, Babylon really removes all of that, and I've got to watch another film before I ever work with you again. Speaking of DEI, what do you think of this week's studio episode? I have not watched it yet. Thank you. Joseph, I'm going to watch it, and I'll have that Sunday night. Let's talk about Studio episodes 7 now. I have all of them in front of me because Apple actually lets me have the screeners. Isn't that nice of Apple? I have not watched all the episodes because I'm trying to stay on point, on schedule with you, so that I'm not too far ahead. So I do want to watch it. I will watch it. We'll talk about it on Sunday. Oh, no, they're not baseball gloves. They're football receiving gloves. Because they give me an extra grip. Let me tell you. Okay, I'll explain it really simple. When I go here, let me find a picture. Okay, let me. This is quick. It's not because this is a direct question about exactly Weber's showing off at the gym. No, but I'm just going to explain something because someone asked me a very specific question. Let me find the picture. Give me a second. Beep, 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 beep. Let me hit this. Sinners is coming back to IMAX in a few weeks because you all cried. Why is another? Okay, here it is. This is me at the gym. So here's the deal. Why do I wear football gloves? Quickly on this. Because, first of all, I believe that in life, you need to portray the image that you want to look like. Okay, so for me, when I step into the gym, I want to have the mentality of an athlete. I want to have the mentality of a football player. And a football player wears the gloves. Also, they're rubbery and the grippy, so I can grip them. So that's why I wear those. But the point is that in life, I looked at who was the director? I think it was Guy Ritchie. Why does he wear a coat? Why does he wear a suit? He says that's his mentality. When he's wearing the suit, he feels like he is going into the professional mindset that he needs to be on the set. And that's what I'm talking about when I walk into the gym. Same thing. And here, listen, I love my football kits. You know, it's something that I have grown to collect a shit ton of, guys. I have 150 plus. It's insane. You guys know they're always authentic too. These are never a knockoff. This is the authentic MLS crew, Columbus crew, my hometown. And you look at, it's just something I want to fit in this. So I take the gym mentality of being in shape into, I want to make this thing look good when I wear it. Does that make sense? I know it's a different mindset. I get it. But if you really expect the best out of yourself, or at least a reasonable expectation of trying to get to greatness, that's a great place to start. Because if you walk into any situation thinking, me being just average or lower is okay, that's not a good mindset. You want to walk into these situations thinking, I am very capable. I can do this. I want to do this. I can, be this. And once that happens, then you start to really become that person. I go back to where I was. You talk about it depressing. You don't think I know depression. Go back to where I was. I told you guys back in 2016. I was at the lowest point in my life for so many reasons. I'll get into in a whole stream sometime when I just want to just unload on it. But I've talked a little bit about it. I was borderline suicidal. I was in a bad space. And the way I came out of that was by rebuilding the first block, which was I actually returned to the gym. And I started going, we're going to make this everything for now. And only focusing on this. And then you're going to add another and another and another and another. And then pretty soon you've got a wall. That's the key. And this film does touch on depression. And again, I think it doesn't. Okay, it's not that I don't want to see a film about depression in comic movies. I get it. It just relies too much on it. And also, I'm not sure it's as brutalizing as it really needs to be when you talk about true depression where I was back in 2016. It doesn't really feel like that. You watch a film where someone is, again, at their lowest point, a true film that makes you feel like shit. And those films have an ability to go places that are very, very dark. With a Marvel movie, you can only go so far. I think that's one of the issues also here is if you're going to do depression, you better take it really far. And don't tell me Beau is Afraid, because I was depressed watching Beau is Afraid, just having to sit through it. Where's the script? It's good question. It's done. It's very good. The problem with our script is, and I think I touched on this before, the problem with the script is that it's not commercial. And when you write a script that's not a commercial viable property, it's going to have a harder time. Do I believe it's better than the vast majority of things that I sit through? Is it better than The Surfer, for starters? 100%. But it doesn't matter. If you don't have a commercial sensibility to what you're doing, this town does not have much of an interest in putting their chips down on it. It's fine. Here's what I'll say. No matter what happens in life, the fact that you did it is the win. I talk about this all the time with this channel. I don't care that I don't have the subscribers of Grace Randolph or Chris Stuckman or Chris Gore, for that matter. What I care about, I did it. And I mean that. It's true. Every time I do one of these, and they're not always perfect, trust me, they're anything but I'm proud of myself for continuing to fight, for doing this, for putting passion into it, for believing in the ability to do it. That's the win. The win is not the validation. The win is you did it. You are the ultimate arbiter of your success. No one else. Do not let other people decide what success means for you. And success for me in this channel was even doing it. I remember sitting here in this room like 3 years ago before we started. And I was looking, you guys know I'm in the corner. I was looking at this corner and I was like, I had it in my mind. I said, here's what I want to do. I want to do this, this, this. But it's one thing to visualize. It's another thing to materialize. So if you've done that, you've won. The views, subscribers, the likes, shit doesn't matter. It just doesn't. You guys know, if I cared about that, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing because clearly it's very niche. I don't care. Whatever you think is success is success. Thank you, Kuzma. 100%. Listen, I admit I go hard, really hard. Maybe I cross the line. I don't think it's too bad. But here's what it is. Every time. It's unfiltered, authentic, unvarnished, and it's unrestrained. And I'm not going to change. I'm not saying it's for everybody. You know, the best things in life aren't for everybody, right? I mean, you're not supposed to be for everybody. I don't believe that. I'm certainly not. And that's not your worry. Again, you be you, right? It's cliche as hell. We've heard it a million times. You being as authentically you as possible is the win. And you not caring what anyone else thinks. I mean, great example. You know, Spidey Sensei, like, why do you wear the football gloves? I wear them because I like them. There's your answer. But mentality is. See? So I don't ever go out in the world like going, you know, like I still wear skinny jeans. My legs aren't big. They are what they are. I don't care. I like skinny jeans. I hate baggy jeans. They bug the fuck out of me. So I don't care. If they say it's out of style, I don't care. I like them. Do you understand? You're not looking for external validation of someone saying, oh, those are out. Or someone says, hey, I like your soccer kits. You're wearing it because you like the team. Some of these teams I like. Some of them I just like the look of them. I'm not going to lie to you. So you're not looking for someone for the validation. You are the validation. Johnny, with your platform, you could probably get an actor attached. Like, yeah, you know, I'd love to. I'd love to. I told you guys when we got the script written, we got it in the person's hands. We wrote it for a particular actor, and how am I going to tell you the story? I'm going to tell the story because you asked, Johnny. I'm going to tell the story as best I can without telling you the actor. We got the script read by the actor that we wanted to make the film. Are you ready for this? The actor who we wanted to make the film is writing a script about essentially the same topic. How do you like that? What are the chances? It's true, though. It's true. That's crazy. So, you know, listen, everything in life is a little setback. And you say to yourself, how do I overcome it? Do I even need to overcome it? Again, go back to the fact that we wrote the script. It's great. I'll put it up against anything. I'll post online. You guys will be like, this is good. Of course, I'm not, I know what's good. I know what's bad. I get it. Okay. I'm the hardest judge of character. Trust me, I'm very hard on myself. Anything you say, I'm going to be like, I'm the same way. Erick, you curse too much. You said, I agree. I'm not going to argue with it 100%. You said too much about the film critics and said they look like Jabba the Hutt. That's too far. Okay. But. What I'm going to tell you is that if nothing happens, it doesn't matter. Back to what I said. The win is completion. The win is finishing. How many times in life do people think about something and never make a move? I make moves. At the end of the day, when all is written and my chapter is closed and the book is done and it's filed away, what they're going to say is this motherfucker lived life and didn't give two fucks about what anyone had to say. And did it. Didn't talk about it, did it. And that is a rare commodity in this world. If I tell you it happened, I don't sit back. I do it. It's never been about, oh, I don't know. Go. Do it. Do not wait for that person. Go to the movies by yourself. I go all the time by myself. Rob, thank you. No, there's no Cox and Thundercocks. It's incredibly disappointing. We're up to 55. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and share the MMT comment blast. Not that's me at the gym. My bad, guys. Hold on, get rid of it. Everyone goes, damn it, stop showing off. Dudes, here's the deal, man. When you go to the gym and you work out, you want to show off a little bit. Why wouldn't you? Come on, man. Come on. All right, I found a cool techno track. Let me pop it up. All right, here we go. It's the Comment Blast closeout. Anything you want to say about Thundercocks or anything else before we get out of here tonight, Rob? These are moments of authenticity, raw. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, listen, every time we try, Rob. I'm done. I've expended everything. No, but I appreciate that some of you like it, right? It's all that matters. I mean, I don't care. I did this stream when there was one, right? When I looked up in the corner and we had one. And you know what I said? I don't care. I did it the same as I do it now. Now, it's different if you go back and watch the first streams, but here's what I'll tell you. I have never bothered to look at what the number of live is, what the views are. I mean, am I aware of it? Yeah, but do I care? I would say the exact same thing, everything I've said now for the first 56 minutes of the stream if I had 4 people. Do you see the difference? Doesn't matter. You're doing the same thing either way. The ability to bash anti-woke while calling out DEIs. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. Because you know why? Because we're being fair. We're being fair, and we're trying to be objective always, Marvin, always. It's never about an agenda. It's never about carrying into the cinema what I expect. I mean, yeah, I probably wanted something. This song sucks. I'm going to hit pause. I don't know. I thought it sounded good at the front, and then it just went to hell. A couple more minutes, and we're out of here. But here's the thing. That's the key. When you walk into these, you cannot have an agenda, and I appreciate the fact that you see I don't. Do I not like DEI? Yes. Do I also not like the anti-woke 24/7 stuff? 100%. Do I think that there is a woke agenda? 100%. Oh, without question. Right? Everyone knows that. But the question is, does it damage the artistic value of your film? Does it damage the overall effect of your film by putting that in? There's the distinction. I'm sorry I didn't. That's Dieter. That is my bad. We should go watch Gore's thing where he talks about the entire movie. We just get in and out. We're in and out. Surgical, right? Bang, 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 bang. That's what we try to do. We try to get in and out, tell you we're not fans of this movie. I will say this. This is not Beau is Afraid. This is not Babylon. This is not Anora, a film that I was like, I hate. The reason you got so much vitriol out of me to start the stream is because it needs to be better. It needs to be better. I will see this early, Luis. I don't know because you know how much I love what's his ass from Waves. What the hell's his name? I'm already forgetting his name, but he's so great. I had a long discussion with him when Waves was out, so I'm looking forward. I love his filmmaking, right? So when I look at what that is, that's my draw to that film. The concerns I have is the release date. The release date's not good, especially if you want it to be an awards film. And with that director, I would hope that it would be awards film. I like Krisha. Go back and watch Krisha over Beau is Afraid. Same film, only Krisha's better and shorter. So, yes, we're looking forward to it. All right, we have 1 minute. The 1 minute warning is underway. The 1 minute warning, everybody.